Hey, what's up, guys? This is Brian at Whisper Status 74. You're looking at a comparison between the Sony X950H at the top at 49 inches versus the Sony A9S Master Series OLED at the bottom. This is not the best way to compare them, but I am limited on space currently. You should be seeing this in HDR. This is the LG Global demo. Both displays are on standard. This is one of my favorite demos to show. They both look amazing. You can see the peak brightness on the Sony 950H up top, and then the contrast level of the A9S Master Series at the bottom. Kind of limited on space right now. Cannot get quite back far enough. I'd love to have them side by side. Again, the 950H is up top, and the Sony A9S 48-inch OLED is at the bottom. Again, both are in their standard picture mode in 4K. They both look gorgeous. This is one of my other favorite demos from the HDR channel. They're not synced up perfectly. The challenge with syncing these up without using a splitter is the Sony remotes work together. You think that they would just behave, but they actually syncing them is an absolute nightmare. But this is a good demo as they are full screen. Get you off the tripod and kind of go gorilla style. Now what's key is off-angle viewing for the the Sony is much more vibrant, obviously, than the LED off-angle. Special thank you to Value Electronics for supplying both the Sony A9S Master Series and the X950H. But look at how impressive the black level on the 950H is. You should be seeing this again in HDR. They are both gorgeous. I'm not really sure the pricing of the two currently right now. But the question will always be, should you get, say, a larger 950H versus a smaller A9S or A8H? The Master Series A9S is basically a small A9G, which means it's calibrated out of the box. It's pretty stunning just out of the box. They both look amazing, but the A9S Master Series, even compared to the LG CX, because it's calibrated out of the box, definitely has the edge. And Sony's don't have any issues with raised blacks or anything of that nature. But you can see where there's a little bit more detail on the LED with those sparkles on the edge. Really gorgeous image. And Sony's colors are just, they're just their accuracy and filmmaker based that just seems. But to see them against each other is so interesting. It's a sibling rivalry. I tried to get this done when I had the 950H and I did the shootout with Value Electronics with the A8H, but it's better to even have the A9S here. But you see here where the peak brightness steps up on the LED. You see the vibrancy of it kind of kicks in. And I don't have any issues, even with the CX, any ABL or anything like that, but they just look phenomenal. Again, the 950H is 49 inches is on top, and the Sony A9S Master Series is on the bottom at 48 inches. Both are in standard picture mode. Both are in HDR. Now we'll stay with this demo since they are synced up. Just running on my playlist. And we're just going to hold it instead of using the tripod. Now you see where little blooming comes into play on the LED. And the black level is just amazing on the OLED. We can see how even the 950H at 49 inches without a lot of zones has excellent control of its black level. Sony being known with its LEDs for its shadow detail, and maybe sometimes in contrast to the black level to allow detail. Now here we are, we're going to run the LG Global demo again, but I'll sit farther back so they're both in frame at the same time. What's funny is the Master Series remote works on both TVs, but the 950H only works on the 950H. Which you think would make it easy to sync up, but it does prioritize itself. So even though it does control them both, the 950H will lag behind. So here we are with the both of them in frame. You can see there that the 950H does jump ahead with its 1100, 1200 peak brightness. But with color on the screen, sometimes they look virtually the same. You see more of a depth there on the A9S Master Series. Here they look very similar. We can see the black level kind of popping out in the water. Very impressive. What's cool is they almost look exactly the same size. But they are right up against each other. Now before we start the next one, let's just show you, just so we know we're dealing with two Sonys. There is the standard picture mode there for the OLED, and we'll show you the picture settings to know that we are with an OLED. You can see it's in HDR, and you'll be able to see with brightness. You'll have everything. You'll have luminance instead of just the backlight. And then up top, excuse me, you'll see that we are with the standard picture settings of the X. See how it all starts together. Picture settings here, and you can see it doesn't say luminance. We get to brightness. You're dealing with a backlight. Oh, it does say the same thing with luminance, but it's an OLED versus an LED. And here we are. Again, farther back, they're slightly off. Again, X950H is at the top. Sony A9S Master Series is at the bottom. One of my favorite demos, again, LG Global. This should cut me off at about 11 minutes. I do really wish that the A9G or the new A9H had, if it came out, HDMI 2.1, as I do love Sony. The way their Master Series is just effortless, the way they have them designed. And their picture quality just comes off basically flawless. We'll do picture setting videos on both before they go back. But the black level hangs in there on the 950H, no doubt. Again, Sony known for its accuracy. Now this one's difficult to make fair. This is the LG black level video. So it will show some of the blooming of the 950H. Again, the camera has to kind of normalize on it. It does hang in there pretty well. You'll see when the metal hits each other, there is some blooming there, but it's still one of my favorite demos. Again, both are in standard. Let this run out. All right, guys, thank you as always. A9S versus the Sony X950H.